For I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. For in it the righteousness of God is revealed from faith for faith. As it is written, the righteous shall live by faith.
So, Bishop, what's the solution to what we brought from the world into the church about celebrations, what we do, New Year's, and all of that?
Faith comes by hearing. Now, what they're saying is somebody got to be telling you the real truth of God's word for your faith to be developed. That you got to be actually hearing the truth. Preach and talk to you.
All right, Bishop, just kind of recap on what you stated in reference to the current age church, the Lukewarm Church. And I just kind of want to know, outside of, we were dealing with Revelation chapter 3, verses 16 and 17, and outside of denomination and different church doctrines, how can one be on fire? We're talking individually. How can one be on fire for God?
God ordained. This is what God ordained. That when he saved you, that if any man would live godly, he must suffer persecution. Are y'all with me? Now Satan wants the saints to believe it should be easy and nice. See, God ordained that for you to live holy, like he got it wrote down, that you're going to have to suffer persecution, which means you're going to have his power in you.
Oh, yes.
That if you ain't got it, you ain't going to make it. That's how this is going to happen individually. In that Laodicean Revelation 3, if you the conclusion of it, I think around verse 20, said he's standing at the door knocking. And if he come in, he said, I'll sup with you. He going to will you down to his size that he wants you to be, what he wants you to be. He will sup with you. He'll get you down there and keep you there until you like it. I didn't like it when he told me to come home. Are you hearing? I went out of Memphis State another year. I said, I'm at home. I knew he was telling me leave school completely alone. I didn't want my friends to say, man, you got 3 years of college, you dropped out. I don't want to face that. Are y'all here? Yeah. One down there right now. I sent some of y'all down there to see him. He finished. He's a big lawyer down there. Send that to Fisher. His name Fisher. Send it to him. Let him see Rob. No, don't do it. But he down there now. What is it? 201 Popular? Whatever. Yeah. So I'm thinking about all that. That if I come home, don't go back. This is what's going to happen. But the thing I'm saying is this. God is not going to invest his power in your life or your lifestyle with no persecution. Because if he did, you would never have a way of knowing what he has done in your life. You would count it as nothing. It would show up to people. Are y'all here? I'm glad God did what he did. I'm glad he told me to come home. I wasn't glad when he said it. I'm glad now because I see the result. I know I don't have 2 children. Are y'all here? I know I don't have 2 children. You want me to take what they call them? DNA. You want me to take DNA? I come out there. I know I don't have 2 children. How do I know? Because I did what he told me.
That's right.
Now, if I had done what he told me, I don't want to take no DNA. You all hear what I'm saying? This is the answer to how that one can come to Jesus, be saved, in this modern day we live in, and receive all that God has for him. You must make a choice to let persecution be a part of this new life that you got to live. That God can show his power, his greatness in what he's calling you to live. Are y'all here? You can't count this as nothing. This got to become everything to you. You ain't going to have many friends that'll go that way. You ain't going to have many folk that'll say, man, I had one lady call me, one of my teachers that called me when I was at school, that she called me years later, about 10 or 15 years later after I didn't come back to school. She called me one day. She was sick. And she called me. She knew I was a preacher, all that. She called me one day and said she wanted me to pray for her. I told her these words. I'm the same one that never finished school. I didn't get my degree. She said, I know, Ron. She said, I want to tell you something. I said, what? She said, you chose the best profession. She said, we got our degrees, but you chose the best profession. I prayed for that lady. She had cancer. She's still living today. She's probably 95, 96 years old. This is way back in 80-something, 90-something. She's still living. Still living. She ain't living because of me. She living because God had to work on me and get me to become what he wanted me to be. Are y'all here?
Yes.
That lady would have called me one day and said, Robert, if I had no baby, God, I'd give just you now. And I wouldn't have been able to pray for her. Or to my in the spirit, pray for her. The way God wanted to pray. She wrote a letter. I got it back there now. She wrote a letter. We went to see her. Me and Joanne went to see her one day, a few years back. She told us, hurry, come back. Said she missed that old time. The church is cold. That's what she was saying. She come out of church where she goes, church is cold. Said she missed that old time. Real singing and praying. Yeah. If somebody somewhere want to live this, you have to make it has to become an individual thing.
And Bishop, you speaking about bringing one's life into conformity with the Word of God. That's what you're speaking about.
Yeah.
So what is the consequence? Just nail this down for us. What is the consequence of not doing these things?
You don't have to give an account of it. If God saved, and we see the reason why we don't have to give an account of it is because he saved us with him understanding, with God understanding. He's able to do everything in us to bring us up to where he wants us to be.
That's right.
So when we fail to get there, it's only because we have rejected him somewhere in our life. And that has to be accounted for, because if I had not become a preacher, I'm talking about me. If I had not become a pastor, you would be asking me this question. Are y'all here?
Yes, my Lord.
And that has to be accounted for because God has ordained this. So somewhere, my life is tied to your life is tied to somebody else, and it goes on and on until God reaches everybody that he intended to reach.
That's right.
It has to be accounted for. Are y'all here?
Yes.
And it has to be accounted for with us understanding that this is what it is.
Yes, Lord.
Are y'all hearing me tonight?
Yes.
That when we don't live all of our potential that God wants us to have, we cause not only ourselves to fall short, but we hurt somebody else.
That's right.
Even if we don't even know that person, we still cause hurt to fall upon that person. Did not Adam cause all of us to become sinners?
Yes, all of us.
Are y'all hearing me? It has to be accounted for. That one thing Adam did wrong caused all of humanity to become sinners.
Yes.
The one thing that Jesus did, it undid everything that Adam did. It took away everything that Adam had done and corrected it and made it possible for all to be saved. It has to be accounted for.
Yes.
Whosoever will, let him come.
Yes.
Why? I'll save him if he comes.
Yes.
Y'all hear me tonight? If we don't do it, don't let God do it in us. It has to be accounted for. And it can cause a great loss when it's accounted for. Let the church say amen. Amen.